having 4 heart attacks. 3 I flatlined and the last was fatal, and they were rushing me to my primary heart doctor, but they couldn't get me there in time now because I would have went into cardiac arrest. Long story short, they took me to LBJ. They got me stable and said I was gonna need a heart transplant. So they were like, well, we have a doctor that you can talk to, which is named Dr. Montgomery, and just so happened I was watching Dr. Field and I saw Dr. Montgomery on Dr. Field, and I was like, oh, okay. I'll go to him when I get out. So when I came, I was feeling so bad. I was snapping at the nurses, and my wife was like, I don't know what's going on with him. He is like in a bad mood because I was full of fluid, and they just took a blood sample and they wanted to run other tests, and they just say, let him alone, and leave me in the room all day. I was here like about 10, I left about 7, and they were like, we're not gonna mess with you today. But before you go, we need you to detox. And I said, I'll do anything to have a good day. So she said, detox means you have to let all the meat go, do fruits, vegetables, and come back Monday. And my hand to God, when I came back Monday, I was a whole new person. Energy, I got up and could walk, and I came back and joking with everybody. And matter of fact, now I am a complete vegan. I refuse to eat meat. And what Dr. Montgomery has done for me, because I used to ask my wife, I'd say, I'd give anything to have a good day. And she was like, well, one day you will when you meet the right doctor. And then, like I say, since I've came here and started my detox and then lowering the dosages of medicine, getting all that out of me, I walk 2 miles a day. I'm back working now again, and my whole outlook on life has changed because, how can I say this? When you've went through what I've went through in my life, dealing with these heart attacks and waking up, dude, you flatlined again, and they've told my wife, call the family, you know, this is it, and having a second. And I look at, not being too spiritual, but my grandmother always told me, be able to recognize your blessings. And this was a blessing. And because when I left LBJ, I was like, man, here I go again, another doctor who don't know what they're doing. And he said, just try it for 3 days. And I was like, I'll do anything to feel good. And man, like I said, when I woke up Monday, I was like, baby, I noticed. She's like, I noticed a difference in you. And I said, well, I'm gonna stick with this. She's like, well, we're not gonna be rabbits with you, but we'll let you stay a rabbit. You know, I'm like, I'm good with that. You know, they still have the barbecues, and I remember that smell, you know, but I don't want it. And it's like, I just make my own little concoctions of, you know, cauliflower, broccoli, corn, and you know, I'm actually enjoying life again, you know, because me being on tour my whole life and starting out with Rick James and working all the way up to, I've been doing this 40 years, and the type of lifestyle that I was leading, I don't have to tell you, living from hotel to hotel is you eat what you want, you know, McDonald's, and I had the first 100% massive heart attack due to all of the food I ate, and then not listening again and going back out on the road, still doing what you do, and another heart attack, and they just kept happening. So I was to the point of like saying, baby, I'm tired and I'm done, you know, and she's like, you just can't give up, you know. I'm like, wow, I can't move without my heart just going crazy. And they just told me when I came here, if you listen to us, trust me, we're gonna have you feeling better. And I said, okay, you know, I done tried everything else, so I'm gonna give you guys a shot. And man, it's like, I'm not 20 years old again, but I'm like half of that, you know, 54.
Okay.
But I have the heart of an 81-year-old man due to the scarring and the damage being done, but I can get up and do my sit-ups, push-ups, and I got 2 dogs. One I'll walk 4 miles, then I'll get the other one, walk him a mile, and I'm not out of breath anymore. Now, once you go through so much, women, you're in tune with your bodies, men aren't. And now I am so in tune with my body to where I can say, baby, this is wrong, or this is wrong now. And now it's like, wow, I don't wake up. I used to have to wake up on side of the bed and say, okay, let me think about it. Yeah, come on, babe. Now we go shopping and she be like, you still, I'm right behind you. Because I used to just sit down and wait till she come out, but now, and all of my daughters, I got 6 daughters, and they're all like, Daddy, sit down, sit down. You don't need to be running with us. I'm like, I'm 20 years old. I can keep up with you now, and I just thank Dr. Montgomery, honor to God is first, but thank Dr. Montgomery for not even thinking about doing the transplant that they were speaking of. And he was like, before I cut you, I cut a grape first, so let's try this. And I don't see, like I say, I don't see it getting, I know as life goes on, I'm gonna have my complications, but for right now, I would suggest that anybody who's having these same type of problems, at least give it a try. Come here and listen at them, and because I believe that they start to give you so many medicines to where I guess it has an effect on your body, and then your body's fighting this one, fighting that one, fighting the side effects, fighting that. So your body can't truly function and heal the way it should. And as you know, we weren't meant to have meat. So when you detox and start getting everything out, it's like you can pretty much feel it immediately, and I am like ecstatic. At first I didn't ever think I'd like a veggie patty. Man, look, I make my veggie patties just like I'm at McDonald's. I wake up and thank God every day, and I throw Dr. Montgomery in the same prayer, because he had to give Dr. Montgomery the wherewithal and the skill to know how to heal, and like I say, he'll tell you himself he's not a God, he just knows what he's doing, and he's trained very well at it. And I appreciate everything that they've done, because from the first day to now, they're like, wow, Mr. Gordon's here, yay. Because that first day, they was like, I don't know about this one. Until you go through it, when it's like you can't have a good day every day. There was a point I was scared every day. I was scared to cough. I was scared because I had AFib so bad, I was thinking that I was gonna die. If I saw something that aggravated me and I hollered, my heart would just take off, and then I'd be like, have a defibrillator, and I'm like, baby, it's gonna kick me. And she was like, just relax. And it got to the point where I was like, man, I'm done. I'm just done, baby. I'm tired of fighting this every day. I'm scared to get up, walk to the door, and my heart is going out of control and stuff. And since I've came here, I have none of that. I don't even think about, when all of the scar tissue and all that stuff, and they were saying, man, your heart is like, all these, the 3 heart attacks tore it up, and see the bottom chambers are not working, and and Dr. Montgomery was telling me, we're gonna get over that. First, let's get all this stuff out of your body. And every week I came, they gave me a sheet, and I'm like, I'm really scared to stop taking this, because my main medicines was the Lasix and I can't pronounce the monodrone, but the Lasix kept the fluid out of me, which would go into my lungs and then into my heart. So that was my lifesaver, and the monodrone would keep the irregular heart, the AFib down. And I was like, I don't know if I could stop that. And then she was like, you stopped everything else. This is like in my 4th or 5th week, and she was like, just try to go a day without it. And now I don't take anything. I just can't tell you how wow, this is like, I don't know, it's like somebody just put their hand on me and said, hey, you're gonna be all right now. You're in the right hands. And it's like, the change was so drastic to when I went to church and told my pastor, everybody was like, "Man, Mr. Gordon, you look good." You know, and I said, "Man, I don't know. I'm saved now. Mr. Montgomery saved me. God saved me." But I was on the verge of not even really, I probably wouldn't have made it to the end of the year. Because once that last one, when he said, "Go call his family, this is it." And she said, no, don't cover him up yet. Let his sisters and stuff get here. And after they came and I woke up, that's when the doctor said, "Hey, look, you're gonna need a heart transplant. And we got a doctor for you, and we need you to see him the moment we release you." So I will suggest that, you know, I know people talk and say about things, but I would always, if somebody tells you it really truly worked, at least try it. You may not have faith in it like I do, but try it for like your 3-4 days a week, and then if you don't feel it, oh well. But if you do, continue with it, because it can improve your life, you know.